Owners Pokemon cards are returning to the Pokemon TCG, and these cards have been a hallmark of many generations across the Pokemon TCG. As you can see here as we go through, there are many different cards like Brock's cards, Gym Leaders, Misty, Surge, Erica's, Blanks, Koga's, Sabrina's, Blaine's, Giovanni's, the Team Rocket's cards, starting all the way in Gen 1, moving into Gen 2, having a couple here and there as well for us. Just scattered around all across history into the SP era, Team Aquas, Team Magmas, some hallmarks of the Pokemon TCG that have not seen play or seen printings since almost the early 2010s. We are greeted back with these new owners Pokemon, which is a mechanic that everyone has been a huge fan of, and they were revealed at this year's Pokemon World Championships. I know I'm a little bit late, but my name is Rahul, Reddy, and today I'm going to be going over these cards, the impact they might have, and what they mean for the Pokemon TCG. The first couple were revealed at the Pokemon World Championships, so we can take a look at some of the older ones. Some of the older ones across history: Misty's Gyarados is one of the most iconic ones, Garchomp's C-Level X, Cynthia's Garchomp C-Level X, to be more specific, Team Aqua's Kyogre. Some of these cards have been there across all of history, and you can see that each year that Pokemon has released a new mechanic at the Pokemon World Championships to kind of tease the next year of coming. So this year we've already seen some of the trainers Pokemon. The first one we see here is Lillie's Clefairy EX with the Fairy Zone ability. The weakness of each opponent's Dragon-type Pokemon in play is now Psychic. Dragon-type Pokemon have not had a check since Fairy types have been kind of taken out of the Pokemon game, so this card is actually absolutely insane. Lillie's Clefairy just makes all Psychic-type decks have an answer into Dragon-type decks, and now more Psychic-type decks can actually operate with Lillie's Clefairy, being able to just kind of take out things like Regidrago or Raging Bolt, these decks that have been gone, that are going a little bit unchecked in the Pokemon TCG because Dragon types, for some reason, just have no weakness and no actual downside, and they've just kind of been running rampant. Full Moon Rondo says Psychic Colorless 20+20 for each bench Pokemon, which is actually a pretty sizable amount of damage, and if you're up against any form of Dragon-type deck, that's enough damage to more than likely take out any Dragon-type Pokemon using Full Moon Rondo pretty efficiently, so it is a great attack paired with a great ability. We see Marnie's Grimmsnarl as well with Punk Up. When you see this Pokemon, or you play this Pokemon from your hand, it's a stage 2, 320 HP Dark type, and it says evolves from Marnie's Morgrem specifically, so it doesn't evolve from a regular Morgrem, it has to evolve from Marnie's Morgrem, or Marnie's, I don't know what the baby of this is called. This Pokemon's kind of fake to me, not going to lie to you guys. But Punk Up says when you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may search your deck for up to 5 basic Dark and attach them to your Marnie's Pokemon any way you like. So the Marnie cards are synergizing with the Marnie stuff, and there'll almost certainly be a supporter, I feel like, for each of these people. Like, Lillie will have a supporter, Marnie will have a supporter, N is one of them coming up, so N will probably have a supporter that helps them in their own individual rights, and they can probably be splashed into certain decks and stuff as they go. 5 Dark Energy is pretty insane. And the attack is 180 and 30 to 1 of your opponent's bench for 2 darks. So there is a case for playing something like Grimmsnarl and pairing it with other stuff. But right now it's weaker than something like Charizard, Terra Charizard. But eventually this card could become really good and playable depending on what the other Marnie cards are. We see the first iteration of an End card. End's Reshiram. End is a fan favorite in the Pokemon TCG or the Pokemon franchise in general. End's Reshiram is 130 HP Dragon type card. This seems to be the alt art or the illustration rare art, which I think is absolutely beautiful. And the first attack does Fire Lightning 20 times each damage counter on this Pokemon, so it does hit for quite a bit of damage, but 130 HP is really nothing, so it's pretty easy to take down and, you know, not a lot going for it. Then you have Fire, Lightning, Colorless, Virtuous Flame, 170. Okay attack, pretty terrible for the attack cost, so it's one of those cards that's just going to look pretty in a binder, or so you'd think. Here's the regular version of End's Reshiram, and we see End's Zoroark EX. Stage 1 evolves from End's Zorua, 280 HP Dark type. It has an ability you guys might remember all too well, Trade. Zoroark and having the ability Trade is just something that Pokemon really loves, so you may discard a card from your hand once per turn to draw 2 cards, an ability that has been missed, many would say, and for some it's a terror of the past. It is weak to Grass type now, not to fighting, so Teal Mask Ogerpon does get a lot more value in some of these matchups. Teal Mask Ogerpon gets significantly better with all these Dark type Pokemon coming out that all have Grass weakness, making Grass type probably the best it's been in quite a long time, especially because you have Teal Mask and Bug Catching Net, so maybe there'll be a cool Grass type archetype released with everything. Night Joker with 2 Darks says choose one of your bench to end Pokemon's attacks and use it as this attack. So you have, as of now, the End's Reshiram with the Powerful Rage and the Virtuous Flame, but both those attacks are a little bit whatever. So unless there's another cool Ends card released, End Zoroark might not be the main part of the engine or the attacking part, but End Zoroark itself is a really good card because Trade is still a very good ability, and if you don't have energies attached, Teal Mask Ogerpon can't one-shot you because they hit for 120. If you have no energy attached, times 2 is 240. So Teal Mask would need a 4th energy to attack and actually cause some significant damage. Now, the trailer for this was actually super cool. And they showed some cool stuff here, like Arvin's Mazbostiff, Misty's Psyduck, and Ethan's Pichu. I know a lot of people love the Gold franchise and the Silver franchise, so Ethan's Pichu was a cool one to see. And at the very end of the trailer, they showed Team Rocket and Team Rocket's Mewtwo. So, yeah, it should be pretty exciting to see some of those cards coming out. If you guys haven't seen the trailer, you guys should check it out. It's pretty awesome. Team Rocket, it has had Mewtwo pretty much for its entire lifetime, so having another Rocket's Mewtwo would be pretty cool as an homage. So there'll probably be a couple of Iono and Lillie, some of the fan favorites, Stevens, Ash, Red, whatever, like down the line. So it should be a lot of fun. I don't want to make this video too long, but these are some cool new cards coming out. Very excited to see some of these owners Pokemon coming to Pokemon TCG. Should be a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys enjoy it, and we'll check those out when they come out. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Peace.